Hey everybody, how you guys doing? Yes, once again, you know what day it is, and you see who's here. My partner in crime. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you, pal?
Listen, I've been getting phone calls and people like, "Yo, it's Tuesday. What happened? It was Tuesday. What happened?" I'm like, "He's working on some stuff. He's always working on some stuff, some big stuff. So stay tuned. Don't worry, he'll be back." And there he is. To all my listeners and all my fans that have been watching, where is Steven? So Steven, please say hello to all your followers.
Hey, guys. Good to see you. Sorry for the delay. Well, I got some exciting programs that we're going to be talking about later on. But today we have a special guest and a special program we're going to talk about.
All right, so we'll be right back. Stay tuned for our special guest. Let's go. So yes, we're back doing it on Tuesdays again. We're back, but this time Stephen brought a special guest. So Stephen, please introduce who you have here today.
Yeah, I'd like to welcome, one of the newest additions to our team, Matthew Gardner. He's a director of new business development. We're really excited to have him, and he's kind of overseeing the SICK program, which you've heard us talk about before. What we're going to elaborate a little bit more on today.
All right, please welcome Matthew. How you doing?
Glad to be here, guys. Thanks. Great to be on the show. And it's been great working with Steven. Just, through synchronicity, we connected here. And what attracted me most is this mandate for bringing clean water, food, and shelter to every human being on the planet. That's really the magnet for me. And talking about the SICK program today, and particularly how are we responding to COVID? And it's, lots of people have lofty ideas, but Steven's actually doing something to make a significant difference. So that's the purpose of today, is just to dive into a couple of these programs that we're doing. And I'm just happy to be here.
Well, great to have you on the show, my friend. I know you guys are going to be doing big things, but Steven, so how's this program going to be really helping companies and dealing with COVID?
Yeah, so one of the things, so first of all, we call it the SICK program, which stands for Social Impact Challenge. It's a program that we've been beta testing for over a year now, and prior to COVID, we had tested out a team building program around feeding, which worked out really, really well, except that we found out the engagement wasn't as high as we wanted. We then kind of pivoted, built this particular model so that we could specifically allow for the employees to control the SDG. There's Sustainable Development Goals of the UN. There's 17 of them. So we wanted to make it about them rather than companies kind of, sitting back and making judgments on which SDG they wanted to focus on. So we tested that out last November. It tested really, really well. We had planned on obviously launching it at the beginning of this year, and obviously COVID got in the way. But now we're finding actually an enhanced because of COVID, because of the remoteness. Companies are now looking for programs to bring, their people together, even though physically you can't do that. But there are ways, our program is one of them, certainly, where you can now bring people together, have some fun, do some good, obviously, which now today, more than any time, we realize is necessary. And that's what the Social Impact Challenge is all about.
Well, that kind of goes into my other question, and it could be answered by either of you. Is like, how's this program different than any other team building program? How are you finding it different?
Yeah, we get that. We get that asked often, and again, team building programs are great, and I think they're necessary. There's obviously data to prove that from a culture point of view, it's important. The problem is that for years we've been doing team buildings. I've had many companies over the course of the last 25 years, and it's very difficult to get, first of all, full engagement. That's always a problem in team building programs. And secondly, to make it really impactful in your company. So we now know that there's a huge transition probably the biggest time ever for social impact. Companies are looking for ways in which to increase their social impact. So again, the real point of difference with ours versus any others, we gamify it. Employees have a lot of fun, but the most important thing is that again, we make it the ability for the employees to select the cause or the SDG that they're passionate about and have challenges around those makes our program very, very unique, because today more and more companies are merely selecting which ones. The good news is they're getting involved in social impact, which is really necessary. The bad news is they're kind of sitting around saying these are the ones that our companies will stand for, not understanding that the young people today, when they get passionate about a cause, if that's not one of the things that the company's doing, they tend not to get engaged in these programs. So that's really the huge point of difference in what we do.
And I want to touch on that too there, because I think certainly with millennials, me being one, being told what to do is not conducive to my success. So having that variety, having that opportunity to choose and be at cause of my own destiny, which is essentially what this Social Impact Challenge program allows employees of organizations to do in terms of our social environment. I just think it's a great process for people to go through, and it really feels like there's a greater level of freedom for how they're getting involved in these causes.
Yeah.
Well, that kind of goes into my question for you, Matthew. I was going to ask you, how'd you find out about it? You know, why this one perked your interest? So can you just elaborate on that?
Yeah, well, I mean, just in terms of where I'm at, my background is rather, my mandate for a living is about connecting, creating, and celebrating. So just finding an opportunity to do that and elaborating on it in ways that are conducive to win-win. So that's why I love Stephen's mandate, is everyone must win more than they put in. And I think it's just about resonance. I mean, I heard Stephen speak a couple of years ago, didn't really understand what a social enterprise was or whatever, but it ruminated in my consciousness. And like a month ago, Stephen just showed up in my news feed. I didn't even really realize we were connected, and automatically I was magnetized to what he was doing. So I think that's really, when we're approaching companies, bringing on people to go for the challenge, that's really what it is. It's a resonance. It just makes sense to them. They just get it. And, you know, some people who don't get it right now, they're going to get it a year or two from now. And obviously there's also those people that are ready to go for it right now. So that's why we're doing this little interview today.
Well, you saw that big smile on my face when you mentioned Stephen's motto that everybody must win, right? So Stephen knows. Anybody that watches this program on Tuesdays knows when he mentions that, I get a big smile on my face, because I tell the story. I don't know if I can go to my family and ask for my daughter to buy one more chocolate over and over and over again. You know what I mean? There's got to be something that we're giving back to everybody. It's a win-win for everybody. So I do love that motto, and Stephen knows that. All right, we're going to take a quick break, but when we come back, I wanted to find out the interest, the twist, Stephen. There's got to be something different. There's got to be something that this company is providing that we always talk about, and I know you. There's got to be a twist there. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
RTG Group is a social enterprise. We substantially benefit and reward those who choose to do good. Our mandate in all of our programs is that everyone must win more than they put in. For more information, call 647-859-0126. We can do this together.
All right. So before we went to break, and I know Stephen, so I want to know, what are some of the interesting twists and challenges that provides for large companies, Stephen? Come on. I know you haven't. Tell me.
Well, absolutely we do. So the one thing that we created, because we were talking to some large companies, of course, when you're talking to a large company, you've got thousands of employees, to implement a program that's going to, get everybody involved and do that has its challenges. So one of the things we came up with, and we're talking to some very large companies right now, some banks, is let's have you champion it. Let's have the bank or one of the big accounting companies. Let's have you guys champion this and reach out to your clients. And let's develop what we are now coining and trademarking the Social Impact Awards. And so all of these companies can get involved with these, and we can have awards every year honoring and highlighting companies who are giving back and doing good. And so we've got a couple of very large companies right now, and I unfortunately can't share the names yet, but I will, that are going to do exactly that. They're going to get in, they're going to get their clients involved. Obviously, a great way for a company to build a stronger emotional connection with your client, a bond, so to speak, on doing good. And then they can compete with each other. So again, there's a gamifying aspect to this. And so everybody everybody wins more than they put in. They're getting more bang for their buck. They're engaging their people. And, building emotional connection to your brand in today's world is greater than it's ever been before. And by the way, over the last 10 years, building emotional connection to your brand has proven to be so valuable because you've seen it in companies like, Coca-Cola or Pepsi or Apple, who have built these unbelievable emotional connections. In the advertising world, we call them love marks. You build them and you don't lose customers. You can make mistakes, you can do things, obviously correct them, but you're a love mark. And like, as I always say to somebody, take a PC and take it to an Apple user and say, this is for free, but don't hand it to them because they probably throw it at you. So that's that emotional connection. And so this is one of the things where companies can start to create that with their clients. Say, this is something we're in together. And by the way, let's compete against each other and see who can get the highest score. So, it's a fun way to do it. But again, keep in mind that, 5 years ago, with 196 member companies, the UN got together and created this manifesto and highlighted 17 sustainable development goals that we wanted to eradicate by the year 2030. The only way we can do that is if we come together and do these things and make sure that, over the next 10 years, we've hit that goal. So that's the twist to it.
All right. Well, Matthew, I just want to put this out here. Some of our viewers right there. Good morning, Matthew. And that's coming from Claudio. He just wants to tell you good morning, Matthew.
Well, thank you.
And then we have somebody else here saying, there you go, doing well and doing good. And that's what it's all about. It's just helping others to push the mandate and go from there. But so what I want to do is tell everybody how they can do it and get some more information. So Stephen, talk me through this.
Yeah, I mean, so, obviously we have some great people like Matthew now that are out there, talking to companies, putting deals together. RTG, socialimpactchallenge.com is a great site to actually go and get an overview of the program. But certainly reach out to Matthew. He's got the details. He can set up calls, walk you through the program. It is really a fun program. We've got the platform built. It's, we're having a lot of fun. And I can tell you right now that we're the majority of the companies that we're now bringing on board that's saying, yeah, I want to do that. They're signing up for January, February, March. They want to start off, for obvious reasons, they want to start off, 2021 on a positive note. So it's a great program to start off the new year on a positive note. But it's important to book it now, and get all the questions answered and everything like that, because it's going to be we've got a lot of catching up to do, and this will certainly be one thing that companies can do. Bring their employees together, even though they're still physically separated, and do good at the same time. It will help you improve your culture. It will help you attract and retain employees and build that stronger emotional connection to your brand, which always adds to the bottom line. So that's the deal.
So in other words, it's not too late to jump on board right now is what you're saying.
No, absolutely not. This is when we had always planned to sell October, November, December for January start. And that's what's happening right now.
All right. So if you're seeing the screen right now, I'm going through the website. There's a lot of information there. So like Stephen said, call Matthew, get involved. Okay. It's real simple. You just do a couple of clicks and it shows you how it works. Get booked in, get involved. And that's the main thing. Get involved. That's the thing that is a challenge for me is why not? Why not do it? Okay. So Matthew, let me ask you, if someone's asking why, what would you tell them?
Why to get involved? I mean, I like how Stephen's talking about the love mark, because I think traditionally people use emotions to kind of influence people to buy products or services or whatever. But in this case, hey, like this is actually making the planet a better place from my perspective. And obviously the United Nations has some idea of what they're doing when they put together these 17 sustainable development goals. So by actually coming together, and my mandate, as I said earlier, Charles, is connect, create, celebrate. It really is embodying that. And it's not a concept. It's not an idea. It's like, how can we actually implement this now? And Stephen's created a program where people can just do it. It's just plug and play, literally gamification. And there's really no reason not to do it. If people want to be the person that they aspire to being, Stephen has created a platform for them to tap into that potential.
Yes, and I do love that motto as well. I love that you guys are all coming together. And the thing about this is what businesses are not realizing this is a great way of keeping everybody what's having with COVID right now, keeping the relationship with your employees happening, keeping them, how do I say, everybody's going a little crazy right now. It's like, what to do? This is great bonding program to do with your company, a great bonding program, get everybody back involved. We all know what's happening. What better way to do it than work as a team? And this is a great team building program. So congratulations on jumping on board, Matthew. Great to meet you. Right. Welcome to the show. And yeah, so Stephen, I'm going to give you the last word.
Well, just again, thank you, my friend. I really appreciate having us on and being able to talk about this. We're very excited about this. The objective of RTG, Receiving Through Giving, is just about giving back, doing good, but making it in such a way where, again, everybody wins more than they put in. We're very excited about this corporate model. We think it's one of the best things we've ever done. And as I mentioned, once we get into social impact awards and we start really emphasizing that, it's going to be great for everyone. So we're really excited. Thank you for having us. And we look forward to dealing with all of you people out there and making the world a better place.
All right. Like I always tell everybody, you didn't have to watch, but I'm glad you did. And tell somebody, hug a friend out there, tell them what's going on. And for the last time, just check it out. What is it going to hurt to take 5 minutes out of your life and see that you can change 5 minutes out of your life might change 500 people around the world? Real simple. It's a win-win. All right. We'll see you next time. Great to meet you, Matthew.
See you, Charles.
See you, Charles.
Has come to an end, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. If you have any questions, suggestions, or feedback, head over right now to Twitter and Facebook and like, share, and get involved. Join us next time.
Please be advised that this podcast is meant for educational and informational purposes only and is in no way a replacement for legal or medical advice. The opinions contained within are solely those of the interviewers and